Greetings, fellow Poltermasters. Greetings, fellow Poltermasters. I am Crash Rowsell. Once again, time to crash Skylanders with this marathon of top 5 videos. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a while ago, I put a message out there for you guys wondering if you would be interested in a marathon of videos, meaning a ton of videos back to back, all in one video alone, which you can sit back, relax, and reminisce on some of the greatest memories of Crash to Skylands. And overwhelmingly, a lot of people said they wanted that, so here we are today. Thank you so much for actually wanting to see this. This is awesome. Thank you again for it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the biggest thing is the fact that this is a marathon. So let me quickly explain how it goes. For this video, I'm going to be having literally back-to-back of my old top 5s. Yeah, they're all top 5s for this one. Now, the top 5s for this one is actually going to be all element-based. So there's going to be 11 videos part of this, rating all of the 10 elements in the game. Yeah, no, you heard me correctly. I didn't screw that up. There's 11 videos talking about 10 elements. In this video, somewhere in this video, is going to be a brand new top 5 you haven't even seen yet. Yeah, that's right, a brand new top 5 will be in this video, this marathon somewhere. It'll be uploaded by itself in a later day if you want to go venturing for it, or if you're just watching the videos, enjoy it. I'm going to be popping up in between each video, just doing a little bit of commentary like I'm doing now, just only for maybe 30 seconds or something, just to kind of introduce the next one and kind of talk about the previous one. But yes, this marathon is going to be very fun. I hope you guys are excited for it. It's going to be back-to-back videos. We're going to be talking about all the elements and everything. You get to see old Crash to Skylands. Well, basically it's all old Crash to Skylands. There isn't, the only newer one is that new video that I'm going to be talking about that you haven't seen yet. But very excited to bring you this. So ladies and gentlemen, let's kick it off with one of my favorite top 5s I've ever done, the magic video. That's the one where I take a stick and I start doing Harry Potter references in it. So yeah, let's get right into it with the top 5 magic Skylanders. I, a rabbit, happer and hum, turn this water into rum. Still water. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta go on. Alright, I gotta go on. Okay. Yep. Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. Leviosa. Wait, no, hold on. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa. Greetings, fellow Poltermasters. I am Crash Rowsell, and it's once again time to crash the Scouts with another top 5 video. Magic has always been something that's interested me through all my life. I remember a very vivid memory when I was young. I went to a little event with my school at a local theater, and there was a magician there, and I was blown away over the fact that he made one of my fellow students levitate. It was amazing because he put her on a table, and then he like lifted her up, and he put his hand underneath and everything. I was like, how in the world did he do that? And it's pretty cool. It was amazing looking at that and thinking about that kind of stuff. Because this day and age, you look at magic and there's always something bigger and better. Like, was it David Blaine or Chris Angel who suspended themselves in Times Square in this giant ball of water and was there for a while? Or, I don't know what happened, but it seems to be bigger and crazier. But there's always one place where magic will always be amazing, and that's in Skylands. Skylands itself is pretty cool. I mean, it's a bunch of islands that's floating up. That's pretty magical to begin with, along with like bounce pads and all the enemies that are like magically spawned there. So it's really cool that Skylands keeps that magic going. And along with that, there's a lot of Skylanders who are very magical themselves, making their own element. That's why today's video is my top 5 magic Skylanders. So this video is very simple. It's going to have all the Skylanders eligible except one Skylander per series. That means you're not going to see regular Pop Fizz and then Big Bubble Pop Fizz later on in the list. I'm only allowed to have one character from each one in the list, so be wary when you do that. If your favorite Skylander isn't on this list, let me know. But first, let's watch the video and get right into my top 5. Voodoo is a severely underrated Skylander. His recent re-release of his Eon's Elite variant made many people remember how great he really is, even though he has been great since the beginning. The one reason I really like him is the zipline axe, making attacking enemies a breeze, as you can literally spring upon them and then using the Axe Reaver, taking them out super quick. Making him an Eon's Elite is like beating a dead horse, since he's already a powerful Skylander, making him 10 times stronger with his Elite variant. It's a shame that he's forgotten by most, but to me, he's one of the best.
Speaking of forgotten Skylanders, Doombug was on that list I made a while ago. I personally like him while others forget how great he really is. First of all, his figure itself is shiny, the only one that is. His Doomball is great for smaller enemies, as it scoops them up and uses them as an attack on all the other enemies in the area. The Mystic Missile shoot from a far distance since some enemies can be scary, and he has the ability to fly, making him super fast. Overall, an overlooked Skylander in the Skylander universe. From what I've seen from you lovely viewers, Pop Fizz is a fan favorite, and I can gladly say that he's a personal favorite of mine too. Although I'm not a big fan of his Supercharger variant, I can gladly say that every other one was pretty great. His original was a nice change to Giants, while his Wow Pow variant and Swap Force made him throw a giant beaker buddy. Trap Team starts him off in his crazy form, while Superchargers I'm not even going to talk about. Overall, I enjoy his simple but challenging moveset, while his character in general is just hilarious. I mean, have you seen Skylanders Academy? He's hilarious! When I first started playing Trap Team, I was upset when they didn't release a Magic Trap Master during the first few waves. I wanted to complete the game, but I couldn't. It was stressful. But that was until Blastermind was released. His brainwaves, levitation, and brain freeze abilities are simple but oh so effective. But the main reason I like him so much? He can instantly solve lock puzzles by shooting them with his levitation ability. There is always that certain stubborn puzzle, i.e. Sea Rat Kingdom, that's dang near impossible to complete, but with Blastermind, it's a simple act of pure aggression. What's more fun than solving things with violence? It should have been obvious that Spyro is number one. I mean, he's the entire reason I even bought the first game, as I said would either ruin my childhood or continue it. As you can clearly see from my channel, Spyro and all of his friends have made me love a series for the first time as much as the original Spyro franchise. To describe why I love Spyro so much, I have to go all the way back to my childhood, which was 20 years ago, and explain how 3 little games changed my life for the better. Spyro coming back renewed my love for a franchise I thought I had no interest in, and don't even get me started with Crash Bandicoot's return. That's a whole other video.
Leviosa. Leviosa. So if you guys enjoyed this video, I would love to hear your feedback on it, but leaving a comment and a like below while you're down there. Let me know what your favorite Magic Skylander is, and why is it Pop Fizz? Because I noticed that's been a reoccurring thing on the channel. There's nothing in my hand. What are you guys talking about? Magic. But if you guys enjoyed this video, I'd love to hear your feedback. I wanted to apologize for the lack of videos from Crashmas up till now. It's been a very busy time in young Crash's life. As you can see, my beard is gone. Well, I just want to let you know, for 365 days, I'm letting this thing grow. It's hashtag let it grow. So we're going to see what it looks like this time next year. So that'd be pretty exciting to see my beard all the way down to here. Or hopefully, we'll try and we'll see what happens. Because right now, I'm a little baby face. It's adorable. So I'm going to be hopefully pumping out more videos very soon. I'm working on a new Skylander hunting. I'm working on a new Crash Dash. And I'm going to be doing more of the Pokemon Gold Nuzlocke. So keep an eye out for that. But simply put, as always, I bid you... What happened to my lights? Why is it so dark in here? So what I love about that video is the fact that I literally, before I filmed that video, when I was walking down the road, because this is at the old house, I was walking down the road to go to that spot to record it, and I ripped a stick off of a random tree and said, "Ha, this is my wand." Which it worked. That's all that matters. I just love that I literally destroyed a tree for that. That was also one of the first and only videos with me where I don't really have a beard. I have a little bit of stubble. So imagine there was a time where I didn't have this, and you just saw it. Kind of wild, right? Let's continue on next with our next top 5. We're going to go straight into my favorite element. This one was a weird one to talk about because in my top 10 favorite Skylanders video, 3 out of the 10 were Earth Skylanders, and my rule for my top 5s back then for the elements was I wasn't allowed to use Skylanders that I already knew you liked. So obviously my top 5 Earth Skylanders would have been Bash, Flashwing, and Doomstone, which now would be Bash, Doomstone, and Flashwing. Regardless, I actually had to go back and do that one, so I actually had to use 5 different Skylanders, and a very special phrase debuted in this one. So let's get right into top 5 Earth Skylanders. Greetings, fellow Poltermasters. I am Crash Rowsell, and it's once again time to crash the skies with another top 5 video. Earth Element. Man, oh man, what can I say about the Earth Element? Clearly, you guys know how much I love it. If you've seen my other videos, I've ranted and raved about Earth Element so much. The Dragon Lock, I always talk about how much I love Bash. I tell people about the history of Doomstone, how I wanted him so bad, and then eventually got him. Earth is one of those elements I love so much, and it's just, that's all I can really say. I just love Earth Element so much, and that's the best I can describe with it. Now, the problem is, when it comes to Earth Elements, there's a couple of Earth Skylanders I'm not a big fan of, but there's more of the ones I like versus the ones I don't like. That's why today, I give you my top 5 Earth Skylanders. Now, there are some rules to this list. Obviously, since you guys may have seen my top 10 favorite Skylanders list, you know that Bash, Flashwing, and Doomstone were on that list. Bash and Flashwing, being 1 and 2. Now, with that happening, obviously they're not going to be on the list. Doomstone also was on that list, so he's not going to be on this list, this list either, because obviously they would be 1, 2, and 3. And I think that would be kind of useless to make the video, so I really had to think for this one. Along with that, I'm only allowed to pick, as always, 1 Skylander from each generation, so I can't have Terrafin on the list, but then have Knockout Terrafin later on the list. So that's a very simple one there. And also, this is my personal opinion. Remember, this is always my personal opinion, so feel free to leave your comment down below of who your favorite is, because I would love to hear that. But we're not going to waste any more time, and we're going to hop right in to number 5. It didn't take me long to figure out my top 5 for this element, as is one of my favorites. Donnerang came to mind right away as I thought of characters to put on this list. Overall, he's a great Skylander with a great long-range move in his stone boomerangs, and his defensive moves like the Stonefish Trap and the Boomerang Shield. I was sad to find that he wasn't getting a Series 2 Skylanders and Giants, but was very excited to find his Elite figurine. If anyone is deserving of it, it's most definitely him. With Imaginary Senseis almost all released, I can finally start judging them. Tri-Tip was a sensei who surprised me. Being a smasher, I knew immediately I'd like him as I love to smash and crash things. His Dino Dash ability is great for hordes of enemies, and his mace is an excellent weapon. The only flaw is his Soul Gem ability makes fun of the dinosaurs being extinct. Too soon, Skylander team. Too soon. Scorp is awesome. If you haven't played as him, do it. His abilities are perfect, as he has ranged attacks, close range, and speed abilities. Emerald Crystals are great for faraway enemies. Tail Sting is good for close-up enemies. Shoulder Roll is great for speeding through levels and smaller enemies. I honestly can't tell you why he's so good. You'll just have to try him for yourself. I remember the day I bought Slobbertooth. I went to the Walmart I was working at during that time trying to find more SWAT Force characters, and all they had was Slobbertooth. I said, oh well, and bought him. Little did I know, I had just bought an awesome Skylander. Hornswipe is an excellent surrounding move, taking out many of enemies around him. Chomp and Chuck is a hilarious move where you eat your enemies and then spit them out at your enemies. What an embarrassing thing, imagine being defeated by your saliva-covered friend. Don't imagine too long though, we still have number 1 to get to. Imagine having 2 giant hammers. That's it. The fact that Wallop has huge hammers to smash, and destroy enemies makes him one of my favorites. Eventually you go into tantrum mode and just keep smashing, just keep smashing, just keep smashing, smashing, smashing. Also his hammer toss and when hammers collide abilities make brawling more fun. But
I mostly focus on the smashing and crashing thing. Heck, it's even in my name. I just like destroying things. It's fun. Don't tell the cops.
I love you. Okay? You know that, right? Just because you're on this list doesn't mean you're still not my favorite. Okay? It's okay. You go back up there with your friends. Okay? So, you guys understand. You guys are obviously number one. But that is my top 5 favorite Earth Skylanders. Remember, this is my personal top 5 list, so if I'm right or wrong, let me know by leaving a beautiful comment and a like. And while you're down, leave a like too. But leave a comment below, let me know who your favorite is, and give me an idea for a top 5. I mean, we still got a couple elements left, so obviously they're going to be coming up, so get ready for that. But if you have an idea for a top 5, I would love to hear your feedback on that, and just your feedback in general. So if you guys did enjoy and this is your first time checking the channel, click that subscribe button and smash that bell icon! I get really intense for that for no reason. But yeah, smash the bell icon because it gives you updates, constant updates about when new videos are uploaded and all that. And subscribe if you like, because I do 3 videos a week and all that. So go check out the channel if you haven't already and see what's there and see if you enjoy it. But I'm not going to leave you guys hanging any more longer, because always, I bid you farewell. So pretty wild that the too soon comment debuted in the top 5 Earth Skylander videos. That's the one where I've always, every time Tried To comes up talking about how it's, I don't care if it's been 30 million years, it's too soon. It's too soon. That was the debut. That was where it first came out, and I still talk about it to this day. Even in every Sensei ranks and every other video that I've done where Tried To was involved, I always talk about how it was too soon. Or even I mentioned being like, I'm not going to talk about it this time, but I just did. Ladies and gentlemen, let's head right into the next top 5. This is the top 5 Life Skylanders, which there isn't a lot of Life Skylanders I adore, so this one was a little bit easier for me to work with. However, looking at this video now, looking at what I would do now, I think it might be a little bit different. There's a couple more Life Skylanders I do appreciate a lot more than I did originally. Gorilla Drilla would probably be on the list this time. Spoiler, he's not on this one. So let's get right into my top 5 Life Skylanders. Greetings, fellow Poltermasters. I am Crash Rowsell, and it's once again time to crash the skies with another top 5 video. Life, the key essence of our existence. And it's true, because if it wasn't for life, we wouldn't be here right now. Life is nature, life is us living, every single day, our family, our friends. Life is huge. Life is great. Life is amazing. I don't care what anybody says, life is good. You woke up breathing this morning, that's a good life right there. But I gotta say, when it comes to Life Skylanders, I'm not disappointed. The Life Skylanders have always brought something really cool and unique to the playthrough, with the first generation even having just secrets related to the Life Skylanders that you needed to walk through to find out, or just happen to stumble upon. And I mean, Stealth Out might be my favorite, but I've gained a new liking for it thanks to Crash Dash. And everything like that. So, narrowing down my 5 favorite Life Skylanders was actually not that hard. So that's why today, I give you my top 5 favorite Life Skylanders. As always, this list is just like any others. 1 Skylander per generation. So, as I said, Stealth Elf, I'm not allowed to use the Stealth Stinger Stealth Elf, or Super Shot Stealth Elf, sorry. And I'm not allowed to use Generation 2 Stealth Elf and all that. Or the Elite Stealth Elf, or Elite Zook, or everything like that. I'm not allowed to do stuff like that. So, it's very simple like that. And as always, this list is my personal opinion. I know I said I don't like Stealth Elf. I know a lot of you guys do. And I apologize that I'm not a fan of Stealth Elf. I've developed a liking for her, but it's still not in my favorites, just letting you know. So as wrong as I am, leave a comment below. Let me know if Stealth Elf's your favorite. Let me know who your favorite Skylander is and why it's Stealth Elf. But yes, regardless, let me know what your opinion is below. But we're not going to waste any more time, and let's slide right in to number 5. I would have Bushwhack higher up because I really like this Skylander, but while writing my script, I realized I kept calling him Bushwhacker instead of his actual name. Disregarding that fact, out of all the Life Trap Masters, his Traptanium X is my favorite out of both. I also love the fact that he can grow a giant tree and then chop it down to destroy a massive amount of enemies. The simplicity of the head bash move makes fighting enemies a breeze, making this Skylander simple but effective. The only way a Skylander should be.
When I first saw Boom Bloom, I was confused. She was labeled as a ninja sensei, but I saw nothing ninja about her. That was until I acquired her and played as her. Her Whip Whap move is great in general, hitting multiple enemies surrounding her and beyond. I'm not a huge fan of her other abilities like the Vine Entwine or the Spore Seeds, but using them more than I use the Whip Whap would develop a liking for them. Right now she's one of my strongest senseis I use, and I'm excited to see what happens with her in the future. It's a huge argument. Stump Smash is one of the best Skylanders from the first series. Upgrading him in the second game made him even better. It's hard to argue that he is one of the best Skylanders out there, but I feel like there are some things he can improve on. Pulverize is one of the most overpowered moves in the games, but I feel like his Acorn and Mega Nuts can be improved. I think the Acorn should have like a homing type attack, making it easier to hit farther away enemies. The Mega Nuts should be taken out in general, replaced with an ability to rain down stumps on enemies. Regardless of what can be fixed or replaced, I know Stump Smash is an excellent Skylander, and you can all agree with me on that fact. I never thought when I started playing Skylanders 6 years ago that I'll be talking about Crash Bandicoot within the game itself. Crash Bandicoot is a game I grew up with, just like Spyro, and having my childhood back in the game together blows my mind. I love that he kept his original moves like the Cyclone Spin and his Super Slide, and added the ability to throw explosive crates around. One of my favorite abilities added to him is his 5 to life ability, giving him 5 lives, just like in the main game. If you've never played a Crash Bandicoot game, I suggest going back and playing them, as they are a staple in the games you see today. Thrillipede is everything I want in a Skylander and more. A brawler and a fire shooter at the same time. His Bug Bomb grenades are great for long range, while his Bug Brawl attack is great for close range enemies. I was lucky to get his Easter variant for his official release, and I was blown away by how fun and different he was. I think I used him and no one else for a few days before remembering there were other superchargers I haven't even used yet that I bought at the same time as him. If you haven't had the chance to play as Thrillipede yet, you are missing out, and you need to as soon as you get the chance. I want you guys to meet my friend. This is Jules. He is a plant. A cactus, actually. He's been alive now for almost a year, and I love this little man. If it wasn't for life, I wouldn't have this guy. So thank you, Skylanders. Thank you, Life Skylanders, for giving me Jules. But that's going to do it for my top 5 video. As always, leave a like and a comment down below. While you're down, well, leave a like and leave a comment down below letting me know what your favorite Life Skylander is and why it's Stealth Elf. And let me know, just say hi to Jules right here. Just comment, say hi Jules. He'll love it. His name is Jules, Jules, right there. That's how you spell it. And while you're down there, leave a comment for a video what you think you want me to do a top 5 with. Top 5 favorite plants. That's not a Skylander video, whatever. Let me know a video idea for you guys there, thinking something you have an idea with. And while you're down there, if you haven't already, check out the channel. If you like it, click subscribe. And then you can go and smash that bell icon! Is that right? Is that how the YouTubers do it? Smash that like button! Ugh! Smash! Is that how it goes? I'm sorry, Jules, I shouldn't be shouting around you. So I'm gonna keep it quiet now. But if you guys did enjoy, I would love to hear your feedback and all that. But as always, I bid you farewell. I forgot this was the debut of Jules, the cactus that I had for a while. He was in every single episode of Second Chance, so if you remember when I was sitting there, might do a, marathon of that one in the future too. But he was always in every episode of Second Chance. A lot of people actually asked how Jules was doing when I used to do live streams and stuff. Forgot this is where I debuted him, and he came in the little pumpkin holder and stuff. He lived for a while, and unfortunately the bottom rotted out of him, and when we had a bunch of other plants when I was living there, and unfortunately he passed away that way. Rest in peace, Jules. To the greenhouse in the sky. But ladies and gentlemen, thinking of sky, it's time for the air elements. Yes, we're going to be talking about the top 5 air elements next. We're talking about air Skylanders. And this one starts off really funny because I tell you to breathe and I take way too long discussing how to breathe. So let's get right into my top 5 air Skylanders.
Greetings, fellow Poltermasters. I am Crash Rowsell, and it's once again time to crash the Skylanders with another Top 5 video. Breathe it in. Just take 2 big deep breaths. That's air. You're breathing in air, one of the key elements of life, and one of the key elements in Skylands. You're welcome for that. Today I'm going to bring you a very simple top 5, and something that you have been literally taking part of your entire life, and you didn't realize it, maybe until right now. From the day you were born, all the way up to this very moment, you're breathing in air. So air is a key element in our life. So I gotta say, that's pretty exciting. So that's why today I'm going to give you my top 5 air Skylanders. I do have a couple little rules. Now, if you guys have seen my top 10 favorite Skylanders, you're going to know that Boomjet is on that list. Boomjet is not going to be on this list because of the fact that he was on that list. Now, obviously, if I were to name my favorite Skylanders, he would be number 1 for air, so I decided to switch it up a little bit and put him on here. Along with that, only 1 Skylander per generation, so if I want to say Whirlwind, I'm not allowed to have Whirlwind's Hornblast Whirlwind on the list later on. So that's pretty simple with that. So we're not going to waste any more time, and we're going to hop right in to number 5. Swarm may be an excellent giant, but when it comes to the awesome variety of air Skylanders out there, it's the reason he's only number 5 on this list. I can tell you again why he's an excellent Skylander, but I did that in my top 5 giants video, so I suggest you go watch that instead of me beating a dead horse. Overall, he's an excellent air Skylander to have on the team, and the perfect spot for number 5 on this list. The one very vivid memory I have of Popthorn is at my old house when I lived with my best friend. His cat was obsessed with Popthorn. If she was making this list, Popthorn would be number 1 for sure. But I'm not a cat, sadly, meaning that a Skylander with an excellent chewing points won't be my number 1. The ability to puff up an attack and then pop to use other attacks are a very unique and awesome way to take out enemies. Overall, I enjoy my time with Popthorn, and you will too. Just keep him away from your pets. When Superchargers came out, I was lucky enough to grab Stormblade on release day. As you all should know by now, speed is one of my favorite things about Skylanders, hence the show Crash Dash, but I also like Skylanders who shoot fast. Stormblade fit perfectly into both columns. Switching quickly between steeled wings and her feather blade throw makes this Skylander fun and eager to be used. She is a breath of fresh air to Superchargers. Ha! You see what I did there? Fresh air Skylander? Alright, I'll see myself out. Scratch is on my top 5 forgotten Skylanders because it's true. I feel like Scratch is one of those underrated Skylanders where her overall moveset is great, but her basic design and name doesn't catch much attention versus the other Skylanders in that series. Her moveset is very easy to learn and master, as Catch Scratch is great for clusters of enemies, while the Playful Pounce is good for getting the jump on enemies. I swear that's the last pun. Getting all of her upgrades makes this Skylander worthy of the number 2 spot. Sonic Boom is one of those forgotten Skylanders. Not enough to make that form a list per se, but enough for people to forget how great this mother is. For those who don't know, Sonic Boom tosses out eggs that hatch into her children, making her the original Skylander mother. Using her roar ability, which also making her children do it too, is great for massive amounts of enemies. She's quick, feisty, and overall one of the best early design Skylanders out there. It's a Skylander I'd love to see redesigned in a later game. But I'll save that for a future video. Now, wasn't that list a breath of fresh air? You're welcome for that one. Hope you guys enjoyed this top 5. This one was very easy for me to come together just because I had to take some of my favorites that I've always played as, like Scratch and Swarm and all that stuff. And it was nice to see Sonic Boom on there because Sonic Boom needs a lot more love, but that's going to be for a later video.
Hopefully I don't upload that one before this one. I recorded a bunch of videos in one go, and I don't know when I'm going to upload in order, but we'll see. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this, I would love to know your feedback. As always, leave a comment below and let me know your favorite Air Skylander. Tell me how wrong I was with mine, because remember, this is my personal top 5, so you can disagree with me or agree with me. It's perfectly fine. But I would love to see your suggestions in the comments below, and also let me know what you guys would like for me to do a video on. But that's all I gotta say for today. So if you guys enjoyed, I would like for you guys to leave a like and a comment and all that good stuff below. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. But as always, I bid you farewell. I completely forgot I owned I think that might have been, it was either The Flash or a Big Bang Theory shirt. I don't remember which it was. Regardless, I'm canceled now because Big Bang Theory, not funny. Why did I even have a shirt for that? And it was The Flash. Idris Elba, we love him. Ezra Miller, canceled. We don't respect him here. I'm canceled now, I guess, from that video. I'm going to have to redo that one, or repost it and put like a censor logo over the Flash logo. Yeah, whatever. Nice red shirt, though. I did like it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the tech elements. Yes, the top 5 tech element. This one starts out pretty good because I'm looking at memes. There's literally a picture I posted on Twitter years ago where it said, I just missed the bus because I was looking at memes. And that's a real thing. Still to this day, how many times I'm sitting there, my phone will go off with like a like symbol, and the first thing, the fiance will look at me and go, liking memes? And I was like, yeah. So let's get right into my top 5 tech Skylanders. That's a funny cat. That is a really funny cat. Greetings, fellow Poltermasters, I am Rowsell, and it's once again time to crash the skies with another top 5 video. Don't mind me, just checking my my Snapchat and keeping an update on my memes. Technology is the new black. I said it, it's true. And I'm not talking about that show, Orange is the New Black, which the new season just came out. I don't watch it, just saying. But technology is literally everything these days. It is an element of life. I mean, if it wasn't for technology right now, I wouldn't be talking to you guys. I wouldn't be making a video about this. These guys wouldn't exist. It's true. Heck, even I wouldn't be able to wear glasses. There's some dust on. So the thing about tech is that tech is everything these days. Technology is always improving and upgrading, and that's what happened with Skylanders too. From Generation 1 all the way up to Generation 6, we've had some amazing tech Skylanders, and it blows my mind that every single day, well, every single day the tech is coming out, but every single generation we have new and amazing Skylanders coming out, and taking the old ones and upgrading them. So that's why today, I'm giving you my top 5 tech Skylanders. So as always, there are a couple rules pertaining to this. Now, as you guys have seen, my favorites video, I feel like a broken record now by saying this, but that's fine. Trigger Happy is not going to be on this list. It's okay, Trigger. Everybody understands why. Trigger Happy is one of my favorite Skylanders, as you've seen him on my top 10 favorite Skylanders, sorry. So he's not going to be on this list. So I have to take all the rest of the Skylanders and put him in there. But along with that, I'm not allowed to take a Skylander from another generation and have that in there too. So I can't have, say, Trigger Happy, but then have his Supercharger variants, Big Blast. That's not your name. Double Dare Trigger Happy. Big Blast is from Series 3. So I can't have Double Dare Trigger Happy on the list instead, along with any of the other tech Skylanders. So, without further ado, we are going to slide into the DMs of number 5. I'm still hip. Drobot was the first figure I bought when I first got the original Skylanders game. He was the only one in the store at the time, so I bought him and played as him as soon as I got home. He reminded me of Trigger Happy, with his rapid-fire Mega Blasters defeating enemies in seconds. I don't really use his other abilities, which resulted with him being this high on the list, but with the Dragon Lock still going, maybe he will move higher up on the list. Only time shall tell. I was very excited to get Spy Rise when he was released. I've always been a James Bond fan, so having a Super Agent Skylander excited me beyond belief. The fact that his Soul Gem is a reference to the Golden Gun from the films and games is one of my favorite things. Overall, his moveset isn't amazing, but I enjoy the very technical set that reminds me of the classic James Bond. If that doesn't deserve the number 4 spot, then I don't know what does. Jawbreaker is a very powerful Skylander. His Traptanian Punch is an excellent move, and his Robo Rage mode makes it even better. Faster movement, harder punches, and a ton of more damage. His Spark Shot is excellent for mass defeating enemies, and I just love everything he can do. Explaining it isn't just enough, just watch. There, that should do it. Finger Guns, Shoulder Rockets, and I-Beam. That's the Bouncer way. Looking past the fact I keep forgetting his name during a quiz I did a few months back, Bouncer is the giant equivalent to Trigger Happy, so I found a loophole to put both on this list. Overall, I love playing as Bouncer on my first run of Giants, as I got him the same day I got the game itself. If you slept on Bouncer during the initial release, then there's no better time to wake up and get him now. This may surprise you. Chain Reaction is the best thing to come out of the Senseis from Imaginators. His design is awesome. His weapons are awesome. His overall moniker is awesome. He's the perfect design of what a Skylander should be. I have nothing else to say. This is the best top 5 I've ever done.
So there we go. That is the top 5 tech Skylanders. Oh wait, it says here I'm not supposed to say that. Supposedly when you make top 5s, people don't like when you say, so there it is, or there you go. But yes, if you guys enjoyed that video, let me know by leaving a like down below. And in the comment section below, let me know who your favorite tech Skylander is and why is it Trigger Happy. And also while you're down there, leave a comment letting me know how wrong I was. Because remember, this list is my own personal opinion, so don't get mad that I didn't put this one on the list, or I didn't do that on the list. Or, why didn't you put Sprocket on the list? Go watch my least favorite Skylanders, you'll find out why. But, that's all I gotta say about that. And if you're new to the channel, if you're your first time watching it, welcome! Welcome to Crash the Skylands. I do Skylander videos and more. So I suggest you swing over to the channel, you go down where you see Crash the Skylands, like down here. Go click that, and while you're down there, smash that bell button like on! You like that? That was good. That was loud. That hurt me. I think I heard one of the animals run away. But yeah, hit the bell icon. It keeps you up to date with all the new videos coming out. I do release 3 videos a week, so if you click that, you will be notified right away that when the video comes out. And subscribe while you're down there, because I'd love to see the subscriber count go, because it means I'm doing something right, and it means you guys are enjoying it, and I really appreciate that. But as technology would go, that's the only way for me to communicate with you guys. And also check the description if you guys want to communicate with me, and check out my Twitter and all that. See, technology takes over the world. But with that, I need to go check my Snapchat because it looks like I just got a photo there, so I got to check that out. But as always, I bid you farewell. I'm very surprised I didn't get ripped to shreds in that video because I put Drobot at number 5. Now Chain Reaction's still number 1. I still think he's the best tech element in my opinion. I love when that video came out. That was before Imagineers, well, top 10 favorite Skylanders that ever existed then. He's in my top 5 of all time. So, putting Drobot at number 5, I'm surprised you guys didn't rip me to shreds. It's time for the new video. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is a brand new top 5 that you have not seen yet. This is the debut for it. I'm going to go into more details about it afterwards. But let's get into what we're talking about elements. However, certain elements, in my opinion, are in the wrong spot. So let's discuss my top 5 wrong element Skylanders. Greetings, fellow Poltermasters. Greetings, fellow Poltermasters. I am Rowsell, and it's once again time to Crash Skylanders with another top 5 video. Yes, we're going to talk about Skylanders that are in the wrong elements. Now, I know a couple of you guys have looked at certain Skylanders and said, man, they don't feel like they should be in that element, or there should have been a whole new element introduced for them. I mean, look at Slam Bam and Chill. I don't feel like they're water Skylanders. I feel like they're more ice Skylanders. Same with Freeze Blade. But ice is an element. So, what if we took them and put them somewhere else? There is a handful of Skylanders that I've looked at, and especially when I've seen them firsthand, being like, oh my god, that's one of the coolest water Skylanders I've ever seen. Turns out they're air. We'll get to that one, don't you worry. And then there's Skylanders that were originally an element and then turned into another element in a future game. And I know you're saying, Crash, we know what number 1 is. You've talked about it numerous times. Yes, you did. You don't need to spoil it for anyone else in the comments, though. And don't worry, I will give you a full reason why I feel the way I feel at the end. Yeah, that one's number 1. Don't you worry, okay? If you know who it is, if you know, you know. But for now, you leave it as is. But there's so many other Skylanders that I think should be deserving of another element because, well, I have weird reasons. Some of them are personal, some of them just really make sense. But today, these are my top 5 wrong element Skylanders. I forgot to put Skylar at the bottom here, so don't judge me. So as always, this is my personal list. So if you guys disagree with me, that is more than welcoming, more than willing. I think you should watch different SkyTuber. I think I'm the wrong SkyTuber you should be watching. There's so many more you should be watching regardless because they're so much better than me anyways. But if you guys disagree with me, you're more than welcome to put it in the comments below and let me know your favorite wrong element Skylander or what Skylander you think should be in a different element and a good reason why. Instead of me rambling on, let's just hop into it with number 5.
Go ahead. Snake my day.
I don't like that snakes are considered a scary thing, as I've always seen people consider snakes to be related to horror elements. Both Snake Skylanders and the entire franchise are in the undead element, and honestly, I don't think that works for Rattleshake especially. Snakes are a part of nature and deserve to be treated the same as any other animal, so I think Rattleshake should have been part of the life element, along with the other animal Skylanders like Stink Bomb and Zulu. As the owner of pet snakes, I can tell you that they are severely overlooked as a pet and as an animal in general. Skylanders shouldn't have the same mindset as the everyday person. They're magical for a reason.
For the win.
Just like I previously mentioned, I like the idea of certain Skylanders being a different element of what they are meant to be, but when I see a turtle, I automatically assume it's the water element. In Skylands, I was gravely mistaken as Warnado is actually an air Skylander. Now I know his name is like Tornado, I have no clue where the war part came from, and his moveset is very air-based. I would just personally prefer to see him swimming around the water and snapping at enemies. Imagine making Warnado more of a snapping turtle and switching him with maybe Slam Bam in the original game. I personally think this would work, but who am I to say? I'm just some dude on the internet.
Boom time.
Whenever I see a cannon, I just assume it has something to do with the tech element, as every game has a cannon in a level based off of the tech element. When I saw Kaboom and saw that he was part of the fire element, it surprised me. I felt like he could have been an excellent choice for the tech element as he carries around a literal cannon the entire time. Now, his secondary moves are more fire-based, so he has me beat for that part, but we could have easily made his moveset more tech-oriented. Keep the rocket jump and the raining mortars the exact same, even with the fire endings, and it still could have worked. I mean, they tried and it works, but it could have been even better, in my opinion.
Hide and sleek.
Now, this one can be argued as Trap Shadow was created before Trap Team introduced us to the Dark element. However, they could have waited one more game to introduce Trap Shadow, as his name literally has darkness in it. There's no denying how looking at Trap Shadow, you can't say that he doesn't seem like he could easily be a Dark Skylander. Now, as Blackout, Nightmare, and Trap Team, introducing Trap Shadow in Trap Team would have been almost impossible, but they could have easily made it work and made Trap Shadow the main Dark Skylander in that game. As I'm writing this paragraph, I also realized Trap is in his name, so introducing him as a Dark Skylander in Trap Team literally writes itself. Come on, Toys for Bob, you're better than this! Okay, elephant in the room out of the way. I know why they made Grey Clover the water element villain in Imaginators. He was submerged in water and came back to life through it. I get it, it's been beaten to death. But he was such a perfect Earth villain in Trap Team. Why did they change him and make him water-based when his original moveset didn't have anything related to water? If they just kept his moveset like he did in Trap Team and gave him a few more moves similar to someone like Fist Bump, he would have been unstoppable in Imaginators. Now, don't get me wrong, I still love playing as him, he's basically a wrestler, but I will never understand why Toys for Bob did this. You had so many other options.
I told you I had a good reason. You're sitting there going, yeah, it actually makes sense. I don't like change, says the guy who's been in 4 different houses since he started this channel and has moved at least 13 times. Regardless, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed, let me know, leave a like and a comment below, and let me know your opinion of what Skylander is in the wrong element. Woo! I just sneezed on camera. You're welcome. I will see you all next week or in the future weeks for another awesome video. I'm gonna blow my nose. But thank you so much for watching. Y'all mean the world to me. Don't ever forget it. But as always, I bid you farewell. Alright, so that is my top 5 wrong elements. This will be uploaded in the future. So in a couple weeks' time, you're actually going to see this on the channel. Maybe next week, I'm not sure yet. But you will be able to watch this video by itself. This will be a whole thing. If you haven't seen it in the marathon, then you don't have to worry about it. If you're watching it now, you're just getting a free preview of what's going to be happening in the future. Which, it's literally the whole video. But yeah, that's my top 5 wrong elements, guys. Again, thank you so much for, hope you enjoyed that one. And let's segue right into the water Skylanders. So, cool thing about the water Skylanders, cool, was this was actually the last video of my second ever 12 Days of Crashmas, where I used to upload 12 videos in a row every single day for Crashmas. And I usually do my complete collection. Unfortunately, this year I'm not going to be partaking in it. I just don't really have the time. I would love to do my complete collection video, but literally nothing has changed besides for gaining Elite, Ghost Roaster, and Nitro Crypt King. That's the only difference I have. So you won't be seeing anything like that this year, unfortunately. I'm hopefully going to have this uploaded in before the new year. Regardless, though, let's get right into the top 5 water Skylanders, the end of Crashmas 2020... 2019? No? 2018? One of those years. It was a while ago. Greetings, fellow Poltermasters. I am Crash Rowsell, and it's once again time to crash the scans with another top 5 video here at Crashmas. Another year, another successful Crashmas. Thank you guys very much for the last 12 days. It has been fantastic. I've loved been uploading videos every single day related to Christmas and videos and all that stuff. There's a lot of good stuff this year, but we ended off with the classic edition of a top 5 video. Last year I did top 5 fire Skylanders because that would be funny, and well, this year I'm not going to really be that funny. We're going to be very predictable with my top 5 water Skylanders. Now, as always with any of these lists, first off, this is my personal opinion. I'm getting this out of the way right away because I've got older videos now that people are commenting on, saying, oh, this is stupid for doing this and all that. Remember, it's your own personal opinion and my own personal opinion. My favorite Skylander could be your least favorite Skylander, and vice versa. A Skylander that you enjoy might not be in this list. So with that being said, every other list that other Skylanders have been on is not going to make a difference. These are my personal top 5 favorite water Skylanders of right now, because there are still some water Skylanders that haven't been released yet, like Graveclobber and Tidepool from the Imaginator series, so we'll see how that plays later on. But right now, this is my current top 5. So I want you guys to let me know what your favorite water Skylanders, and your favorite Skylanders. Tell me all about it in the comments. So just go below and tell me your favorite water Skylander, who you think is going to be number 1, because I can guarantee you that you're not going to remember? You might remember it after it comes out, but you're not going to know who number 5 is, even if you guess every single water Skylander. Well, yeah, you'll get it if you guess every single one. But I'm wasting time. Let's get right into number 5.
Washbuckle surprised me when I first used him. I've always been a fan of pirates, so his gimmick was something for me to like right off the bat. Even though I'm not a big fan of his Bubble Blaster ability, his Sword Slash and Somersaulting make up for it, making him a great swashbuckler and a speedy Skylander. If they had brought him back as a Sensei and Imaginators, I think I'd like him even more. But speaking of Imaginator Senseis... Brawlers are my favorite class in Imaginators. I've always been a talk with my fist kind of guy. Just watch my top 5 Skylanders I bring to a fight to see that. Kingpin does just that. The Frost Breath followed by a Penguin Drill makes for a deadly combo for anyone straight in front of you, while his Penguin combo just destroys everything. Overall, he's currently my favorite in the game, even though Graveclobber and Tidepool aren't out yet. Maybe this list will change once they come out. Only time will tell. In my first playthrough of Skylanders Spyro's Adventure, I played with just the starter figures. Of course I knew I'd love Spyro, but loving Trigger Happy and Gilgrum were the extra icing on the surprise cake. His harpoons were great for long range, while his water jetpack is great for traversing long areas extremely quick. He just gets better and better with every game, as every new game has a new version of him. Except for Imaginators, which actually made me a bit sad. You could have made him a Bowslinger Sensei! For shame, Activision! For shame!
Star bright, star fight.
It should have been obvious that Lobstar was on this list, as he made it on my list of top 5 Trap Masters. I'd only be beating a dead horse here by saying why I love him again, so I encourage you to go watch that video. Long story short, his moveset is great, from having a boiling temper to riding the Lobstar Express. He makes me have so much fun playing this game. Plus, he's a lobster that lobstars. End of story. Puns are great. I love puns so much. This may have been a surprise to most of you, since Punk Shock hasn't been on any of my lists. I could have put her on my forgotten list, but in my personal opinion, I can't. I really felt like she's one of the most underappreciated Skylanders in Swap Force. With powers like Frino, Scorp, and Countdown on the team, it's not hard to see why she gets ignored, but to me, she can't be forgotten. Her Spark Shot is great, especially if you use it after a Splash Bomb, since water does conduct electricity. Spark Splash is great for multiple enemies close to you, making it easy to clear out a horde of Chompies. Overall, I felt like she is a sleeper pick of Swap Force, and having her on your party will do the opposite. If you don't understand, she will open your eyes instead of close them. I'm not good with metaphors. I'll see myself out.
And there we have it. That ends the final video of this year's Crashmas and showing off my top 5 favorite water Skylanders. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, I must say. I'm just pat myself on the back here. If you guys enjoyed it, please let me know. These last 12 days have been awesome. I'm so excited going into the new year now. I'm definitely going to be doing an end of the year video, so look out for that one as like a big thank you, because man, the last few months has just skyrocketed as me as a YouTuber here, and I really appreciate that. So that's really all I gotta say about it. If you guys did enjoy, let me know by leaving a like. Comment below your favorite water Skylander and your favorite Skylanders and just anything in general. And your favorite part of Crashmas. Tell me which one you enjoyed the most. Also, while you're down there, check out the full official Crashmas playlist, because there's 11 videos before this. And you can also check out last year's too. They might be a little dated. Not really that bad, but regardless, if you guys enjoyed, let me know, because I love hearing your feedback. But as always, I bid you farewell. So the cool thing about that water segment, you know, where it would come up number 5 and there was water going downstream, that was actually a little bit up the road from where I lived. So there was always a little water stream there. Every time I walked by, I seen it. So one day, I literally took my phone camera, bent down, recorded the clip for about 10 seconds, and said, all right, there's our water segment segue. So yeah, that was actually a real clip recorded of me. It wasn't just a random one I took from online like I did with the Life one and this upcoming one I'll be talking about now in a second, or in a couple seconds and a couple minutes, to be honest. Regardless, that was a real segment I recorded. Let's continue with the Crashmas trend. The first ever Crashmas, the first 12 days of Crashmas, ended with the top 5 Fire Skylanders. And ironically, if you look back at the 12 days of Crashmas, half the videos aren't there anymore. Regardless, though, first Crashmas didn't go over well. I for some reason, the last one said another successful one. The first Crashmas didn't do well at all. That was back when I was first getting started. But, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for the top 5 Fire Skylanders. Keep in mind, Imaginators did not exist at this moment, so be nice about it. Also, the background might throw you off, so get ready for that one. Greetings, fellow Portal Masters. I'm Crash Rowsell, and it's once again time to crash the Skylanders with another top 5 video. Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Merry Crashmas, I should say, because this is the last day of the 12 days of Crashmas, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I love doing it. I mean, it was very stressful at the ending. I got really hot-headed, but eventually I cooled down, and that's actually a good idea for a video. What I'm doing now. Now you see, for a top 5, it took me a while to figure out. I'm like, I know I want to end off Crashmas with a top 5, but what top 5 should I do? And it took me a while. I was thinking maybe like Winter Wonderland levels, or ice, the top ice Skylander or something like that. But I thought, you know what's better than doing any of those? The top 5 fire Skylanders. Because I mean, it's cold and fire warms you up. This top 5 list does have a couple rules because you're thinking, well, I already know who the top 3 is right away, but that's wrong. Flameslinger, Wildfire, and Kaboom are not on this list, obviously, since they are on a top 10 and 5 of my favorites, which you should go check them out, because maybe I'll put the link in the description for those this time, because I said I was going to do it for Collection Video and I didn't, and I'm a terrible person. Regardless, we're not going to waste any more time. We're going to blaze through all of them. Yep, I said it. Let's start with number 5.
Supercharged.
I'm usually not a big fan of starter pack Skylanders, but Spitfire changed my mind. His supercharged combo of himself and the hot streak makes him an awesome addition to the Skylanders team. Butane Brawling is one of the fastest yet toughest movesets in any Skylander, and his Flash Flyer helps with flying through any level. Once you mix him with his volcanic armor, he becomes an unstoppable and awesome Skylander. I'm excited to see how much better he becomes even in the future games. I might have mentioned this in a previous video, but Igniter was a Skylander I used to hit the final blow on Chaos in my first playthrough of Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. He just has a great overall appearance and moveset, which makes him one of my favorites. I've always been a brawler type in any game, so when Igniter appeared I knew he was going to be an instant favorite. My gut instinct is usually never wrong. When I first saw Smolder Dash, I knew she was going to be an awesome Skylander. Remember my gut instinct I mentioned before? It's usually right, and it was very right when it came to her. Her Flame Whip combos are perfect for breaking down mobs of enemies, making the Eclipse make her an extremely powerful Skylander and is one of the best battlers I've ever played with. You can say you can dash through this game with her. It's the Christmas season. You guys deserve a pun. Frino and I have one thing in common. We get heated pretty easy. Well, he uses this for good and I use mine for useless reasons. Unlike me, Frino becomes a more awesome Skylander once he gets heated, smashing the land around him and making his brawl move even more powerful. Once heated, his Horn into Hog ability gets even more powerful as he hops on a motorcycle. That's so cool. Well, I mean hot. Actually, it's interesting how one of the hottest Skylanders could be so cool. I love animals. From dogs to cats to mice, I love them all. Hot Dog makes this an awesome reason why he hits number 1. His catchphrase, "See Spot Burn," is one I quote in real life often for some reason. His moveset is simple too, with Firebark to shoot fireballs at enemies, a wall of fire that makes taking out multiple enemies easy, and his Combo Slam is just fun. Plus, he has a move where he leaves a bag of flaming poop, and whatever lucky soul steps on it explodes. I just usually explode with anger if I step in poop. And we're back to Frino again.
And there you have it, my top 5 favorite fire Skylanders. I mean, one was excluded from the list with Lava Lance Eruptor because I only recently got him and never had a chance to actually play with him. So, he might be on the list soon. Regardless, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for the amazing 12 days of Crashmas. Hopefully this is going to be a yearly thing. I am going to be posting an update video pretty soon, or I might wait until the New Year is over about what's going to be coming up in the New Year, and it's some big, awesome, exciting news that you guys are going to love, or I hope you love. But if you did love all these days of Crashmas, you should check out the Hub video if you missed a couple of them. It's down in the description. And while you're down there, check out my Twitter and other videos and all that stuff. It's awesome for the support this year has given me for you guys. And I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. I'm going to be going home to see my family, which is going to be awesome because it's the first time in 3 years I'll be spending Christmas with my family, so very excited for that. So, regardless, hope you guys have a happy holidays and all that good stuff, and if I don't see you in the new year, I bid you, and 2015, farewell. Alright, for those who don't know, that's one of my oldest videos. I started Crash the Skylands in March of that same year, and I was living at that place for a little over a year before we moved into like the big house that I filmed almost all my content in. Besides for this one and the one before it, but the one, you know, the one where I filmed all my other top 5s by the looks of it. Except for the Rock Element one and the Spyro one. Every other top 5 was in that spot. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is one of my oldest videos and the end of the first ever Crashmas, the tradition. Maybe in the new year, maybe next year I'll be bringing it back. We'll bring back 12 days of Crashmas. I can actually work on 12 days of content. I don't know, maybe I'll do 24 days where you get an advent calendar. Who knows? Probably not. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's head right into the next top 5. This is the top 5 undead Skylanders. This is a cool one. I did like recording this one. I remember my shirt, which was great. We'll discuss something about this video after the end. Something you'll fully realize right out of the gate, being like, oh yeah. But we'll get into that at the end. So let's discuss my top 5 undead Skylanders. Greetings, fellow Poltermasters. I am Crash Rowsell, and it's once again time to crash the skies with another top 5 video. The undead element is a very odd one. I mean, you're literally taking things that are dead and bringing them back to life, making them, undead. And it's not just the odd, human or animal. There's a lot of really weird ones. The undead element has been around since Series 1, and it's been unbelievable, all the characters that they come up with. It's so easy to come up with a zombie type Skylander. Wait, zombies. There's zombies and Skylanders. They went with a cliche. I'll look past this once. But there's so many unique ones out there, it's going to be hard for me to figure out which ones are my favorite. But I did. That's why today's video is the top 5 undead Skylanders. Now, as always, this list is my personal opinion, so I know that your favorite might be on this list. It might even be in the top 5, let alone number 1. So please leave a comment below to let me know who your favorite is. And don't be upset, because remember, this is a personal opinion. Not everybody's going to have the same exact opinion. There's Skylanders we love and don't like, just like everybody else. And you shouldn't get mad about that. But always one Skylander from the series on the list. So if I pick Chop Chop, I can't have Twin Blade Chop Chop on the list a little bit later on. But I'm not going to waste any more time, and we're going to hop right in to number 5.
When choosing Skylanders for this list, choosing number 5 was the hardest. With so many good Skylanders out there, it was almost impossible to narrow down who I thought was better than the rest. After much debate, I went with Funnybone. It might be the fact that he's a pupper that made him onto this list, but his unique moveset helped him get there too. The good variety of offensive moves like the Flying Bone Disc and the defensive moves like the Bone Paws made Funnybone a true joy to play with during Trap Team. Even though he has no fur, I still want to rustle his ears and tell him he's a good boy, because he is. Not only is Shortcut one of my favorites, he's also one of Beck's favorites too, meaning he has to be on this list just for that alone. His unique Traptanium weapon, along with his unique moveset, makes him a very fun and worthy Skylander to play as. Traptanium scissors are hands down the greatest Traptanium weapon in Trap Team, and turning them into stilts make them an unstoppable combo. Plus, the Phantom Puppets are adorable. Why are all the undeads on this list adorable? I should seek therapy. Not only did Rollerball go undefeated for a long time on Crash Dash, but she rolls her way into number 3 on my list. For anyone who's played as Rollerball, I don't really need to explain why she's on this list or this high up. Roller Claws, Derby Dash, and Skate Blades are all great combinations of attacks, each working great for whatever enemy is in the way. Whatever upgrade path you decide to take will affect her positively, as each have a great upgrade to the other. Overall, I enjoy playing as Rollerball, and even though I enjoy Freeze Blade, I'm sad that she's without the trophy. For now. For those of you who have seen my top 10 favorite Skylanders and the beginning of my top 5 Giants, you're probably really surprised Eyebrow is number 2. I have a reason for that. It was too obvious. Eyebrow is one of my favorites for sure, and I explained that in full detail in my top 10 video, so I suggest you go watch that. I didn't want to end out this video with a vague explanation of why he's my favorite, so I decided to switch it up a bit. So, who is my number 1 then? You remember the reason why I like Flameslinger so much? My 2 friends and I had a tournament where all 32 of the original Skylanders fought. The winner of that tournament? Hex. She defeated 4 Skylanders to win it all, but beat 31 in total to win. How could that not suffice being my favorite undead Skylander? Phantom Worms are great for long range, as I like to fight further back, but if enemies get too close, out pops a wall of bone to defend her while still attacking. My only big flaw about her is that during one of my moves, the original Hex lost an arm and her figure is imperfect. I still have expected to see her appear and the game without it. I can't find any real flaws with her in the game. I just wish she'd make a bigger and badder return in the later series. Like Game 7 maybe? One can hope.
Alright folks, that is my top 5 favorite undead Skylanders. Again, let me know in the comments below how wrong I am, pretty much. I want to know who your favorite is, because I know a lot of you guys are big fans of Ghost Roaster, and I'm probably really upset a lot of you guys because he's not on my list. I got reasons, don't worry, there's reasons. He's not my least favorite, but he's not my favorite either. It's all good, it's okay, don't worry. But as always, thank you guys so much for the love and support on the videos every single Saturday and Thursday and Tuesday and all that stuff. If you didn't see the update video, I just hit 500 subscribers, and I thank you guys so much. It means the world to me that all of you guys want to see more. So if you haven't seen it, I'm gonna put the link in the description to go back, because there's a video. It's all about this update. There's new series coming. Thanking you guys for all the support and all that stuff. So it's one of those series that, or one of those episodes, sorry, that you guys should go watch, just because it'll give you a brand new reason to stay on the channel and keep watching here. But as always, we're getting closer and closer to all the top 5, so I do have a couple more elements I got to do there. If you haven't seen those, there's a link in the description of other top 5s of the elements that I've done. And I'm just letting you know I am working on a top 5 with the superchargers, because I realized that I didn't do my favorite superchargers list, so that's probably going to be the next one. So if you guys enjoy, let me know by leaving a like and a comment below, but I've been rambling on too long, and as always, I bid you farewell. So this is probably the first video in the entire marathon so far where I look like I do. That was where my hair was shaggy, I was growing out my beard at the time. I actually looked like the Crash the Skylanders you know and love today. All the other ones seem to be where my hair used to be slicked back. I don't know if you were around with that times, and I used to have basically no beard. Right, weird, hey, how I used to just have a stubble, and now I have a beard that goes literally all the way down to here. I'm holding it, by the way, if you look. I'll get up closer to see, look. I'm literally holding my beard right here. So yeah, I've been growing that beard for a while. But yeah, the Undead video, a great one, just because you got to see the future Crash, the homeless looking boy. Let's get right into the next one. It's the Dark Elements. Now this was actually my last top 5 for a while, because in between, or after this top 5 and everything, this is when I kind of stopped doing top 5s and I focused on other content. Like I went over to the every ranked by then, if I'm not mistaken, and I was focused on more full content like locks and on-CF hour and all that. So this is one of my last top 5s in a way. So let's discuss the top 5 Dark Skylanders. Greetings, fellow Portal Masters. I am Crash Rowsell, and it's once again time to crash the Skylanders with another episode of the Top 5 series. The light's still gone from last episode, and I don't know why. I ventured out of my house trying to find it. I don't know where I am now, so... But I have this flashlight that doubles as a little glowing thing, but it also blinks. Woo! Party! Rave party! So while I was walking around, I thought about it. Maybe it was me talking about magic was the problem with this. Maybe I shouldn't have done magic. Maybe I should have done the top 5 Dark Skylanders. I mean, there's only 5 available, so it would be a perfect opportunity to do this. I mean, the lights are out and I'm still trying to figure out, so why not talk about Dark Skylanders? So this is a very simple list, because there are only 5 Dark Skylanders available. That means Trap Team, Superchargers, and Imaginators will all be on this list. This also, as I say in any video, this is my personal top 5, so if you have your own opinion on it, please let me know. I'm doing hand gestures, you guys can't even see it. I can barely even see it myself, it's standing right in front of me. But this is my own opinion, so if you guys have your own opinion on it, please let me know, because I would love to hear your opinions, and I love hearing your guys' opinions. So, without further ado, while I continue to look for the light, let's jump right into number 5.
Dark and dangerous.
You guys are going to hate me for this one, but the design of Nightfall is the only thing I find unique about her, unfortunately. I can't really find anything extremely positive about Nightfall, as I feel she's just a default kind of Skylander. Her moveset isn't very memorable, and the only thing I fully enjoy about her is her vehicle, the Sea Shadow. It's sad that after a great debut of Dark Skylanders and Trap Team, that they brought a basically default Skylander in. Again, I don't dislike her, I just find that she doesn't bring anything great to the table. Besides the Sea Shadow, that is.
Nowhere to hide.
When it was leaked that the new Skylanders and Trap Team were light and dark, I was extremely intrigued. I wondered what kind of things they would bring to the game, and when I found the light and dark starter kits at Walmart, I was so happy I could have cried. Nightlight was a breath of fresh air to the series, and Nightmare was the exact same. Her design first off was amazing, while her moveset isn't nothing to be amazed by, except for her battle horn, which when upgraded causes a shadow version of an enemy to appear and fight the enemy. Overall, I was very happy with the intro to the Dark series along with the dark villains that you could trap. Villains. Hoodsickle returned to Imagineers as a Sentinel Sensei, but instead of keeping his undead element, he was changed to dark. In my opinion, I was perfectly fine with that. Hoodsickle brings back his classic moveset from Trap Team, but even more powerful. His Dark Scythe combo is great for hordes of enemies, the Gravity Well is good for keeping enemies at bay, and the Dark Dislocation is good for getting out of sticky situations. Overall, I'm happy Hoodsickle turned dark, which I thought I'd never say that about anything, minus the dark variants of Skylanders.
Darkness falls.
I mentioned how Nightmare and Nightlight brought something new and awesome to the game, but they also brought along 2 new dragons. Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to play as Spotlight, but I'm more than lucky to have Blackout on my team. Wing Whip, Shadow Orbs, Black Holes galore, Blackout is one of the most unique Skylanders to have in the game. I can't really say much about him because if you play as him only once, you'll see why he's this far up on the list. Overall, a great Skylander and a perfect start to your Dark collection. When the Dark Skylanders were announced for Imagineers, Hoodsickle caught my attention, but Starcast really made me pay attention. Originally I thought he was a Magic Skylander, until I got the figure and realized he was a Dark Skylander. Ninja Senseis are one of my favorite classes in Imaginators, and Starcast makes that class amazing. Interdimensional Shurikens is not only the coolest name for a weapon ever, but they work awesome for long and short range attacks. The Megastar server is great for hordes of enemies, while you can throw giant stars from it to take them out faster. His Shadow Form decoy is great for when you're low on health and need to get away from a big battle, but the best thing is that while he's riding the Megastar, he can hop into a flying Starcer and ride around in it, blowing up everything in sight. That is the main reason I love this Skylander and why he should be my favorite Dark Skylander forever.
And that's going to do it for my top 5 Dark Skylanders. I'm still wandering around the house. I don't know where I am now. I wandered into some room. I can't find where the switches is, because maybe I can just flip a switch back and it'll come back on. I don't know. Anyways, it's spooky, but that was my top 5 Skylanders. So if you guys enjoyed, let me know, leave a like and comment below, and let me know your favorite Dark Skylander below, and see if you guys agree with me on my list. Because it'd be nice for someone to help me out right now, because I don't have a sweet clue where I am. Oh, the lights just came back on. I didn't even... I'm in my bathroom. As I mentioned at the beginning of this was one of my last top 5s because there was a big gap in between the dark and the light elements, which we'll be going to in a little bit, because I didn't actually own all 5 light Skylanders. In between that time frame, I actually did acquire Spotlight thanks to Brylander, who sent it to me. I do like that video too because the fact that I held the flash up to my face the whole time. I remember I recorded a little segment first and then looked back at it to see if the video quality looked good, and it worked. So that random flashlight I think I got at the dollar store or something, and it was just a random one. I think I got it, or my parents got it for me, I'm not too sure. It worked though. I liked the raid part at one point, that was great. But yeah, as I mentioned, there was a long gap in between the dark element and the light element, but it did happen. The light element came into play way later on down the road, so the setup's going to look very different. This was actually when I was in between the time of actually not even thinking about continuing doing Crash the Skylands. Fun times. So let's get right into it. The top 5 light Skylanders, and this is actually our last top 5 of the marathon, I just realized. So enjoy this last one of the light element.
Greetings, fellow Poltermasters.
And God said, "Let there be light." Greetings, fellow Poltermasters, I am Crash Rowsell, and it's once again time to crash the Skylands with another top 5 video. That's right, I said it. Another top 5 video. I know. You're like, I thought you were done with these. Well, I thought I was done with them too, but I made a promise way back when that I said, once I get all the light characters, I will do my top 5 favorite light Skylanders. And you want to know something? Your boy Brylander helped a brother out, and I appreciate it. And just because Spotlight is right here on my shelf, does not mean Spotlight is the number 1. But maybe she is. But here's the thing about this. So Light is great. When Light was first introduced, it came out with Dark, and I'm not gonna lie, when I saw Night Light and Nightmare in those Trap Team packs, I almost cried. It was like a holy grail. You know, have you ever seen Indiana Jones? You know when he shows up and he sees the Holy Grail and he has to choose the right one? That was me. I knew I was going to choose the right one anyways because I was going to choose Nightmare and Night Light. But it was just that. I found it. It took forever, but I finally found it. And that's what happened now. After I opened up a package, saw it with Spotlight, I finally found it. So thank you, Brylander. Thank you, Portapower TV. You can leave your love in the comments below for him. Maybe I'll put his... I guess I'll put his link at the end of the video. But I'm rambling because thanks to him, I can now bring you my top 5 light Skylanders. Now, as any list, and I know people don't care about this part, even though it's the truth, this is my personal list. People have different opinions. This is the internet. No one is going to agree with you. No one's going to disagree with you. You have your right to your own opinion, the same with me. My number 1 and my number 5 might be completely different. You might hate my number 1 and love my number 5. But that's your opinion and you're allowed to have your opinion. So please, leave that opinion in the comments below about who your favorite is and maybe why I should have gave him another chance. Or a second chance, am I right? But all serious though. This is my personal list, so don't take offense if your favorite is not number 1. But we're not going to waste any more time, and we are going to jump into light speed for number 5. That's what I had written down. I just realized that that's one of the lamest jokes I think I've ever made on this channel. No wonder I don't do top 5s anymore.
Ready, set, glow.
I gave Astro Blast a fair try. I'm not kidding. I upgraded him, did every move, but for some reason I still believe he isn't that great. Similar to Stealth Elf, a lot of people like Astro Blast, but for some reason I can't connect with him. His backflip kick is kinda useless, but I can't deny he has a pretty sick moonwalk. Blastertron has the coolest weapon, a sword that can shoot lasers. The only problem? That's the only good thing I like about him. His other moves, including whatever this is the most useless moveset I may have ever used, right beside Astro Blast's. His Sky Chi makes him larger and more annoying. Seriously, if this Skylander stopped talking, I think he would be closer to the top. That was a joke.
Time to shine.
It took me years to finally acquire Spotlight thanks to the awesome Brylander Portapower TV. I can see the flaws in her, but overall her moveset is very powerful and creative. Her laser eyes are one of the most powerful moves I've seen in a long time, taking out many of enemies super fast. And the Sonic Rings, as I call them, are good for hordes of enemies and surprised me of how cool they looked. Overall, this Skylander is worth the $60 price tag. Wait, Brylander, how rich are you? When I started with Aurora, I didn't understand her moves. Why did she throw down a sword and nothing happened? Well, upgrading her found out and I love it. The swords explode. Her blades are super quick, and her rush moveset is perfect for flying through levels and enemies. She was a very surprising addition to the light elements since Supercharge was such a letdown in that element, and that Aurora is the greatest addition to the light element, and an excellent niece of Eon. And he didn't want her to be a Skylander. Psh.
See the light.
Nightlight is amazing. His moveset is insanely powerful. His design is so cool. His name is a pun. Introducing the light element to the trap team with him was the perfect choice. I don't think anyone can disagree with me with him being on the top of this list, but if you do, you're wrong, and you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself.
So that's gonna do it for number 5. Well, I shouldn't do that. It's like strobe effect or something might hurt people's eyes. But that's gonna do it for my last, final top 5 here on the channel. Now, I'm gonna clarify this because a couple people have asked why I'm not doing top 5s anymore. Because if you haven't noticed, here behind me, there's like no Skylanders anymore. Remember I had a shelf that was up to here along with this one that was filled with Skylanders? And all I have now is this current Skylander Survivor, the time I filmed this, and a couple odds and ends Survivors, Skylanders around, and the Elites. That's it. I got them all put away, because unfortunately I don't have the space to have them all in, so for me to make a top 5, I'd have to dig all these Skylanders out, which I did, and it would just take too much time. I'm in college now. I'm a college boy, alright? And college is the #1 concern, unfortunately. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. So I hate that I'm not doing any more top 5s, but this is the last one. This is the last hurrah, but I will be doing more videos related to a top 5 coming in the future. So keep an eye for that, but just be patient, okay? Just use your patience and go from there. And that does it for this top 5, so if you guys agree or disagree, in the comments below, I'd love to hear your feedback. I love seeing the comments and all that stuff. And while you're down there, if you enjoyed, clickety-click the like button, and if you haven't, smash that subscribe button! Bell if you want to be notified so you can keep up to date with my videos, because I pretty much post every single day. And I mean, Survivors every Thursday, as long as I upload this, it's still going on. If I haven't uploaded by now, there's really something wrong with me. But anyways, if you enjoyed, let me know, leave a like in the comment below. But as always, meet you. Alright, you've reached the end of the marathon. Thank you all so much. Before we get into the goodbyes and all that, I want to just shout out the fact that I said I was done top 5s in this video. Is that ironic? I was just like, you know what, I'm stepping away from top 5s. I said I wasn't going to do them anymore, but I had to do this one. I honored a promise, literally what Brylander said in the video when I opened up Spotlight that time. He literally said, he was just like, you said you were going to do it. You got to honor the promise. And top 5s are back, and they're back better than ever. I have so many top 5s right now in the works. I have about 30 at least like planned, and a couple I've written, and a few I've recorded. That Wrong Elmo one will be coming up on the channel very soon, but I have a few that I've done in between there and all that. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoy this video as much as I enjoy making this video. The marathon is great. We got a ton more marathons planned. I have 4 more in the works right now, or over the next little while, where it's just going to be a marathon where I pop up for a little bit and chat, and you can go back to some awesome Crash Skylanders memories. It's going to be old videos, new videos, and everything in between. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all very soon for another awesome video or another set of videos. Y'all mean the world to me. Don't ever forget it. But as always, I bid you farewell.